Good evening. A police chase over the weekend ended when a suspect drove into a retention pond. The woman in his passenger seat was passed out the entire time. News Channel 15's Aaron Rogers went to the scene and talked to neighbors about what they saw.
Heather, it was anything but a typical night in what neighbors call a seemingly quiet neighborhood.
I just saw tons of vehicles with flashing lights going down here.
What he didn't know was that he was witnessing the tail end of a police chase.
It was 12:30, very little vehicular traffic and likely no pedestrian traffic whatsoever. So it was elected at that time to continue with the pursuit.
Police say early Sunday morning, the nearly 2-mile chase began when 32-year-old Jason Harrison ran a red light near Reed and Lake in Fort Wayne. He was going 50 miles over the speed limit through neighborhoods until he came to a dead end. That's when he drove his car across this cornfield and ended up in a retention pond.
And a car was in the pond, and the guy was trying to get out of the ice, but it kept breaking. Every time he would push himself up, it would break. And finally he got up and he was running across the pond and with his arms up, and all the police officers are yelling stop.
Officers eventually caught up with and arrested Harrison, who they say was also under the influence and driving on a suspended license.
They believe their driving skills to be better than what they truly are, and this is the result. His vehicle landed or ended up in a retention pond.
It looked like he'd had enough of whatever it was, his attempt to get away, but I don't think he knew the neighborhood very well.
And Harrison wasn't alone. Inside the car was a female passenger he'd met earlier that night and drank with at a bar. She was passed out during the entire chase and woke up because of the freezing temperature of the water on her legs.
Just crazy because it's quiet back here and we've never had anything like that.
Harrison is facing felony charges: operating while under the influence, OWI endangerment, resisting law enforcement by car, and resisting law enforcement by fleeing. It is Harrison's second OWI in the past 5 years. Heather, back to you.
Thanks, Aaron.